Well, that's it. UFC Freedom 250. Yeah, 250 is over. The fight at the White House is complete. Uh, it was something, man. It had a lot of patriotism, or what patriotism is supposed to be based as now. Most of the fans had to go sit across the street and watch it, but a certain few groups of people, I think it was a couple hundred people, got to be there in the area where the fights were. So let's just go over it, shall we? First fight, Diego Lopez versus Steve Garcia. That first fight was a good fight. Those looked like Steve had a little bit of a chance there first round. Uh, they were cheering USA, but they wanted Diego Lopez to win. He was the Brazilian that fights in Mexico, while Steve Garcia was in the USA, but they were cheering for Diego Lopez, but they were cheering USA. It was a very interesting start. I think they were all buzzed up in the crowd or whatever. But Diego Lopez definitely started to swarm him, and yeah, there wasn't a judge's decision the entire night. All fights ended, all of them ended in knockout. So, other than, well, we'll get to it, but yeah. So first fight, good fight. I'll give it that. This event, all the fights were really, really good. After the Diego fight, they went to a very long run of ads. There was some AI use for sure. You'll see that a few different times throughout the thing. Which I mean, whatever, they're going to do it. They have shown they were willing to do it in other events, which I'll talk about a little bit down the road as well. But yeah, a lot of ads. Finally get to the second fight of the night. I believe this was the second fight. Bo Nickel and Kyle Dukas, whatever. Not much to talk about this fight. I could tell right away Bo Nickel was going to kill this guy. I think he talked to Donald Trump longer than he fought. I think he talked to Trump after the fight longer than he even fought in the fucking match. So, Bo Nickel wins. That's really about it for that one. This one made me sad. Two of these made me real sad. This one made me sad because it was Michael Chandler coming back out there. I'm like, man, Michael Chandler's been there forever. This guy has been fighting in the UFC what feels like my entire teenage years. And now I'm not a fucking teenager, nowhere close to it anymore. So, forever, he's been fighting in the UFC. He was fighting Mauricio Rufy. Yeah, he shouldn't have. He just shouldn't have. He tried to go for a takedown early. It looked goofy as hell. Mauricio Hoofy, whatever. He absolutely was just fucking playing with him, it looked like. Sizing him up. He had him figured out. Michael Chandler came up to NF before the fight even started, and I was a little bit worried the moment I saw that. Like, NF? Oh, I don't know. I love NF. Don't fucking play with me, but it was just a weird song to come out to. Anyways, Hoofy won. Wasn't that shocking? After that, they went to their second Kid Rock song during a promo for the third fight. No, fourth fight. This would be going into the fourth fight. And that was Josh Hokett versus Derek Lewis. This was the other one that made me very, very sad. Josh Hokett, the real American dickhead, versus Derek Lewis, who, once again, one of those guys, just been there forever. And I'll say that about Josh Hokett, and if he has a problem with it, that's fine, because I know you just beat me till I don't move anymore. You could absolutely kick my ass. You still are a dickhead, and you know it. That's your whole thing, is you're trying to be the fucking heel. So, you'll still never make it in the NFL, right? 49ers didn't want you. Anyways, Hogan came out to Hulk Hogan, real American. And Derek Lewis looked like he wasn't ready to be there. Derek Lewis looked tired very early in the fight. Josh Hokett wanted to like go for takedowns and like he wouldn't let Derek Lewis get up once he got him down once, and he could see that people were booing, and you could tell it was bothering him because he didn't want to disappoint Donald Trump. So he had to make like a decision. Do I maybe get fucking knocked out and not disappoint Donald Trump? Or do I disappoint Donald Trump and keep this dude on the ground and have a better chance to win the fight? Well, he decided to go up because he didn't want to look soft and disappoint, the man that he wants to coddle his nuts. But it didn't matter because Derek Lewis was too fucking tired. Couldn't do anything. He looked like he was just getting smacked the fuck around. And Josh Oakey got the win. He tried to go for a weak ass armbar too. Josh Oakey did. He really thought he had it like it was the end of the first round, and he was doing the fucking anime scream shit. And it was like, dude, it's obviously not fucking hitting him. I don't know. Doesn't matter. It just showed that he obviously isn't that much. He ain't a veteran. He's got a long ways to go, and I don't think a primetime Derek Lewis would have lost that fight. That's all I'm saying. But it is what it is. He was gassed. And then he gave Donald Trump like a necklace after he won the fight. If you haven't seen Josh Hogan, he's gonna do the extra shit. Wants to be the heel, then don't like doing the takedown stuff, which would make him more heely for like wrestling words. Anyways, he's the second guy to give it all to God and Jesus for his talent. Called out Alex Pereira, which we'll see. We'll talk about that in a little bit. And then he decided to say that Michelle Obama is a man. Because that's what you should do on the White House lawn after you're done fighting. Because that's what fucking matters. But that's Josh Hogan football for you right there. Anyways, we move on. They decided not to go back to Kid Rock for the next promo. Even though maybe it would have been the better choice because they did Limp Bizkit's My Way instead. Because that makes sense. It was pretty much like the Spartan brand version of WrestleMania 17. Because Sugar Sean O'Malley is not The Rock and Stone Cold. It's just not. But so that kind of made me laugh to see My Way from Limp Bizkit be the song being used here. Sugar Sean O'Malley fighting Amen Zahabi. Yeah, Amen Zahabi. Amen Zahabi came out to the Canadian national anthem that switched into a Drake song. He's very Canadian. Obviously, America, they were going to boo the shit out of him. I was actually cheering for him to win in that moment. Truly, I was. And I like Sugar Sean O'Malley. I think he's actually a really nice guy that cares about people, but he wants to, it's like seeing your buddy that you know is a good dude, but then wants to hang out with like the bad kids. It's like, okay, bud. But I like Sugar Sean. But yeah, in that moment, I was kind of like, yeah, fuck with the Americans on this day. I think it's hilarious. The girl doing the singing, they were doing a lot of live music intros. The girl doing the singing was fantastic. Doing a Superstar by can't think off the top of my head. I'm not gonna waste any more time on this though, but the girl killed it. Still didn't get to the fights at this point. This is where TKO really starts to show their true colors and the way they do shit. The ads were super long. The ring had, obviously, UFC always has a lot of ads. It was funny which ones they used and which ones were just for the White House. It was a little bit odd. Do I have anything else written down for that? No, not really. I mean, I guess I was shocked there was no Slim Jim table. That's about it. A lot of ads. A lot of ads. Finally, we get to the fight. I put instantly right at the beginning. Zahabi looks nervous. He had very awkward movements. Uh, very early on in the first round, he just looked a little funny. O'Malley got him right in the button, right at the end of the first. Looked like he knew right there he was going to be in a lot of trouble, and he had to readjust. But Zabi didn't really get it figured out off the start there. Like, at all, actually, to be honest with you. Got busted open pretty early into the second. O'Malley, knockout. Pretty easy, too. Got him on the button again as he's trying to get back up. Two-pieced him, and he walked off. He walked it off. He two-pieced him, walked away. Didn't even get the fucking ref waving him out yet. Looked great for O'Malley. Big W, trying to get back into the title competition. After that, we went to Alex Pereira versus Cyril Gane. Heavyweight title fight. They kind of just start to promote it right there. They actually went back to ads, and it was an interview they were going to do with Max Holloway and Conor McGregor, and you could tell Conor McGregor was getting his emotions, getting his little butt hurt because whatever Max Holloway was saying, he was getting mad though, just trying to be that heel. Another AI ad. The promo vid and everything kind of setting this one up was like, oh, this kind of feels like a heavyweight masterclass. This is gonna be a good fight. And if I were to put it in a category, yeah, it was a really good fight. I think they wouldn't call it fight of the night because I don't think it was long enough. Uh, anyways, we'll get there. We'll get there. Long intros for these two. It felt like it took 20 minutes for the intros to be over. Literally, like 20 minutes. It was very long intros. Early on, started off real slow, just like the intros. They were really reading each other, trying to get certain moves figured out. Shogun really started to get a read on Alex Pereira. Probably middle of the first round. He was piecing him up. He was putting in the right work. Uh, really kept going forward though, and even though he kept going forward, Pereira kind of would readjust, and then he started to adjust that pace to what he wanted it to be, a lot more fast. I think it kind of threw Cyril Gane off a little bit, and I think if he would have been able to keep that, it would have helped him. But he almost knocked out Cyril Gane at the very end of the first round. It looked like he had a chance, but didn't get it. So they go into the second. Very early on in the second, Cyril Gane drops Pereira. Like very early on, he's trying to get back up. He's scrambling. I don't know how he did. Barely alive. Seriously, barely alive. Gets knocked out. Right after that, he was fighting. Got a left hook straight to, like, I think it was like straight into the mouth and jaw. And it was over. It was over for him. It looked gross. So, Cyril Gane, heavyweight champion. Congrats, Cyril Gane, obviously. Then they go to Trump, sign autographs for some fucking reason. I did notice around here that there was a lot of certain promos they would do that would show a fighter and the military comparisons. And there is just a difference. And I know what they're trying to do because they got to promote this UFC stuff at the same time. The troops aren't the fighters. It was a little funky to me when I was seeing certain things like that. But, they're promoting their stuff. Anyways, we get to the main event. Justin Gaethje versus Ilya Taporia. Yeah, Taporia. I really was excited for this one because I do watch Pat McAfee when I can, and they did a interview with both of them, and you could tell like Ilya really had some confidence about him. He's never been tested like that. He's undefeated, so it's understandable. And Justin Gaethje's just been around. He's done it all. And Ilya would talk about, you're out in the first round, and Gaethje's just like, you're not gonna do anything that I ain't ever had happen to me. It's just like seasoned vet versus the real the hot kid, in the moment. That's what it felt like. That's what it fucking was. Let's not get it twisted. It's absolutely what it was. The longest intros, again, back to back super long intros for fights. They make the WWE seem like they have short intros. It's crazy. I know it's all TKO, but it's crazy. Those are longer. It just blows my mind. I'll just go right into notes here because I did a lot of notes for the main event. Ilya was not backing down. He was the one in the center, pushing Gaethje to the edges and just walking straight to him, no matter where, was walking forward. And Justin was really getting him. He would just tap him, jabs, straight jabs, simple hooks here and there, but it was a lot of jabs. And Ilya wouldn't stop. He just kept coming forward. And he was taking a lot of damage, man. He was taking a lot of damage. Topuria gets hit early, pretty early, gets a little bit wobbly, but he's fine. You can tell he's all right at this moment. And this is when he gets busted. About middle of the first, he gets first cut for him. And it's like, oh, he's the one showing damage right now. He was the one talking a lot of shit on McAfee, like, I'm going to fucking kill you. I'm going to destroy you. And he's the first one looking beat up at this moment. What did I put here? Gaethje really hitting. No, he was really just kind of swinging. And Ilya didn't stop. He just kept coming forward. He wouldn't, and he was getting shots in. Let's not make it, seem like it was a one-way thing here. It was a pretty even first round. I think Gaethje probably, they said Ilya got like 60 something percent of his punches, and Gaethje only got 40 something percent. I think 47%. But Gaethje's looked so much more vicious because they injured him. Like, he already had the cut, so it looked visually worse. But Topuria at this point was definitely probably winning the fight. End of the first round, we start to go right into the second round, and I look at Justin Gaethje, and I'm like, he looks like he's out of breath to start the second round. And the second round, big round for Ilya. It's shot for shot early. They're kind of just boom, bang, bang. I won't lie. Ilya Topuria openly said, like, I'm not going to take you down. And to this point, he didn't go for a single takedown. He was just straight up brawling with him. But it was the beginning of the second round, So it is what it is. Ilya started to really get some insane body shots on Justin Gaethje here. He got one to his liver that you could just tell killed Justin Gaethje. I think he even said after in the post interview. I was setting this up so I didn't hear it all, but I think he said, like, this one fucked me up. And you could tell it did. He was on the ground. He was struggling. Ilya was all over him. He looked better on the ground than Justin Gaethje. He was all over him, mauling this dude. And then it was just a little bit of groundwork to end that. But you could tell at that point, Ilya's controlling the fight. Absolutely controlling the fight. Ari Emanuel popped in for 2 seconds in the background, gave a death stare. And then the second round was over. Third round starts instantly. Justin Gaethje gets a huge right on Topuria, which I think is what swelled up the other eye a little bit or got the nose. It was one or the other. He went down, but was fighting his way back up. Got back to his feet, but he was definitely hurting at that moment. This is the moment you can tell Topuria is like, I didn't expect to have this fight right now. Like, he thought it'd be over at this point. Third round, he was not expecting it to go into the third round. You could just tell in the moment. Justin Gaethje was mauling him. He was just making it worse and worse. Ilya's confidence was at an all-time low, probably for him. The third round ends with another huge right from Justin Gaethje, and barely gets out of the round. At this point, Ilya looks so gross. It's all swollen. His nose is completely swollen. Both of his eyes are swollen. The doc's coming in. He's trying to tell him, like, can he fight? Can he fight? The doc's trying to look at him. He's saying he can't see out of one of his eyes, which is almost a tell that they're going to stop the fight. Then everyone starts booing. They're fucking, all the trainers like, he ain't stopping, he ain't stopping. Ref feeling stressed out. The doctor doesn't know what the fuck to do. The doctor's pretty much calling the fight at this point. And the ref steps in and pretty much just tells him, fuck you. Not really, but he's just like, we're gonna go. So they run the fourth round, and instantly right off the bat you can tell, no, Ilya cannot see out of his right eye. He can't. And Justin Gaethje did poke him in the eye after this in the fourth round, but it didn't matter. Ilya could not see out of that eye, and he was getting pieced the fuck up the whole fourth round. He actually had a moment there where he really kind of came back, right? Yeah. Right eye is fucked. Now Taporia tries to take Gaethje. Oh no, that's right. He's kind of getting he's starting to get the advantage a little bit. He's hitting his spots on Justin Gaethje all of a sudden. Why he still can't see, which is crazy. And then Gaethje's still piecing him up, but he actually found some shots. But he started to try to take Gaethje down. I'm like, now? You just said you were never going to try to take him down the whole fight. You said in the interview you acted so tough about it. But here, I think he was so desperate. In the moment, this is the moment I knew he was going to lose. I mean, other than his face being completely fucked, and you could just tell he was going to lose. But when he started to try to take down Gaethje, I'm like, oh, it's over. Like, he feels like he can't win now with the style that he wanted to. So they fourth round ends. He goes to sit down. Doc almost instantly looks at it and says, nope, he's fucking done. They call the fight. Justin Gaethje wins the America title and wins whatever. I didn't see what division they were in. I kept trying to see it, but I was trying to get stuff ready, so I missed what exact title he won. But he won like the middleweight or the light heavyweight. He won one of them. Middleweight maybe. I don't know. America title. That title. It ends with yeah. It ends with the song Black Betty. Donald Trump walks into the ring and starts chatting with Justin Gaethje's mom. That's about it. Someone called Michelle Obama a man. Travis Pastrana didn't do any backflips. I was promised Travis Pastrana doing some cool stuff. I didn't see Travis Pastrana do anything the entire time. So I was pretty sad about it. I feel like we live in a universe that wasn't the right one. This is so weird to even have to sit here and make this video about a UFC fight at the White House. But here we are. Congrats to everyone that won. I never want to see this shit again.